How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be playing this Echoes of Eternity Eldrazi deck, and I do think this deck is good, but keeping it from being great is not having access to Tron lands or Eldrazi Temple. This is definitely a deck that needs to have 2 mana available on its first turn to get off a Chalice, or at the very least, a Mind Stone. Chalice is such an important card in this deck because what's going to happen to you playing this Eldrazi deck is your opponent's going to play Grief or Thoughtseize, and they're going to discard one of your sweet Eldrazi cards. And after they do that, they're going to play Reanimate on it. So essentially, you're giving opponent access to some really powerful stuff. So being able to get that turn 1 Chalice down on 1 is super important for this deck. And I'm not saying that's easy to do, but there are some things that can help us do that. So Devourer of Destiny, you may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of your first upkeep, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can put one of those cards back on top. And what you're looking for 99% of the time is an Ugin's Labyrinth. Then you can play Labyrinth, maybe Imprint, Devourer of Destiny, get that turn 1 Chalice or turn 1 Mind Stone to help you ramp. And you really need to consider Echoes of Eternity as a luxury in this deck. If you can get this out and play an Eldrazi, there's a very good chance you're going to win the game. Forsaken Monument's another key piece of this deck, especially when you could ramp into it on turn 3. It's really hard for the opponent to win once you have one of these down and you start playing your big Eldrazi's. Another notable mention is Breaker of Creation. This can really save you in some spots. The life gain counts for all the lands you control too, so maybe you have like 8 permanents. This comes down, gains you 8 life, and as an upside has hexproof from each color and Annihilator too. I didn't start with 4 Radiant Fountains, but since I added 2 Dismembers, I feel like the Radiant Fountains are kind of necessary for this deck. We still have a ton of Timeless decks we're going to be brewing up here, so stay tuned for those, and thanks for watching. Alright, we get to go first, but we don't have a Labyrinth. This hand is so slow. We're just going to pray that we can Chalice on our second turn for 1. And we don't get Thoughtseize here. Is it a Ragavan? It is. See, having that earlier would have been so important. I'm not too concerned with them hitting me with Ragavan. And I'm just going to take a Breaker of Creation. Amp Raptor is pretty good. To an Unstable Amulets. Opponent's just going off right now. Of course, it was a Bauble is something they could play. Well, if we only hit that land, I don't think we're going to win. I needed like a Labyrinth on top there. I probably got a Dismember here. I need opponent to have like nothing but 1-drops in their hand. We'll be fine. That's not a 1-drop. Another Amulets. They can play it. Then you take in 2. These are gonna stack. Oops. They forgot. We drew the land, thankfully. I will definitely take this block here. This is basically a ramp spell if it hits a land. Come on, Ugin's Labyrinth. Yes. That's exactly what we needed. Now I just need to survive a couple more turns. Because I got to get Forsaken Monument out. And if I can get that out, everything's going to be fine. Why is opponent playing blue? Wonder if they have mana drain, some kind of counter spells. Slightly concerning. I feel like they're debating whether to keep 2 blue mana available. I mean, if they hold up 2 blue, maybe I just run out Thought-Knot Seer. Maybe that's better to get countered than the Forsaken Monument. They are deep in the tank, though. Okay, well, opponent roped out. I don't know what's happening. So I guess we'll go for Forsaken, but they let that resolve, so I'm assuming they're back. I just need to get through this turn. Maybe. These 3 unstable amulets. As long as they don't have another way to get energy, maybe I'll be fine. No. That's from Exile, too. So I guess if they hit another bauble from an Ambulant, I'm dead here. Okay. Let's see, do I have enough to return this? 2, 4, 6, 8? I do, right? This cost 8. That's huge. I'm gonna gain a lot of life here. Yeah. Opponent discarded a card. They must have mono 1-drops in their hand. I guess we get Thought-Knot Seer if we want to see what's going on. Pretty hard not to Annihilator 2 here, though. I guess I can just cast dual Thought-Knot Seers, gain 4 life. That's pretty good. I think it might be hard for them to come back from this one. All 1-drops. It's pretty funny. Chalice is your best bet to winning games with this deck. Reanimates, Thoughtseize. You just, you gotta have a Chalice. GG's. Man, this hand would be really good if I just had... if I could just have 2 mana on my first turn. Alright, this is much closer, so we'll keep this and probably put back a Blast Zone. We have Devourer, so... maybe I could leave a Mind Stone on top. And turn 1 we could Labyrinth, Mind Stone. No Mind Stone. I might take a Matter Reshaper, though. That's something I can do the following turn. So I think we can just scry here. Monument is something I'm going to want. Leave it on top. Might be something that never resolves if they're playing control. Okay, double blue. Yeah, let's say the Defiler here, and we'll go for a Matter Reshaper. Can Matter Reshaper into Thought-Knot, into Forsaken Monument, into just winning the game because opponent won't do anything, right? That's a lie. Mana Drain seems pretty good against Eldrazi decks. I guess I really need to find Cavern of Souls. Maybe I should be playing more Caverns in this deck. A time that is an early Time Warp. Jesus. Like, Radiant Fountain does not help me. Oh, this resolved, so maybe we're okay. Put 9 counters on target land you control. Becomes a legendary 0/0 elemental. That's a lot of counters. What does Devourer say? Exile target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Does this become a color? Doesn't say. But anyway, I'm going to exile Nexus of Fate, I think. They don't have any green, so what's going on with that? Oh, wait. No, I meant to play Forsaken first. That's damage. Unrealized damage. 2 more damage we missed. Alright, what do I got here? Defiler? Alright, actually I kind of wanted to land there. There's the... they drew a forest. I could Chalice for 1 and then get back this Defiler. But then if I don't draw a land, I still can't play it. I guess I just Chalice for 1. Maybe this is wrong. Are you going to play the Veil of Summer? They had the charm. I mean, I could still play this, right? Oh, because this adds more. We got 3. Yeah, we have 7. I don't think I want to, though. I want to get back this Ugin, or this Ulamog, sorry. We'll definitely rip another land. Alright, and they drew another land that's not a forest. Alright, so return this back to my hand. I guess I could put some counters on Blast Zone. Oops. Oops, no! I was trying to put counters on it. I mean, maybe I should have just played Defiler because that was a lethal attack. What am I doing? But they would have countered it. But we should have had that thought process, that's for sure. We're just going to do it now, though. Because even if they can play this, we'll have 2 attacks. 2 lethal attacks. And then if we can just rip one more land. Okay, they drew the forest. I mean, they're just dead. Unless there's some I guess they can put this on the Citadel, and it's indestructible, but oh, it's tapped. All right, well, let me show you the power of your indestructible creature. All right, GG's. We almost screwed that up, but we got it. I'm gonna go first. I mean, this hand is it's just good enough, I guess. It's really not that great. Maybe I can dismember a Ragavan here. I guess this hand's not bad if they have a Thoughtseize, since I have 2 Mind Stones. Okay, well, that's something I can dismember. Pay 4. That's why the Radiant Fountains are in the deck. Okay, Monument is a step in the right direction. Next turn, I gotta make a bit of a decision. Well, now I guess I don't. I was gonna say, do I want to go for a Mind Stone to get Monument on the next turn, or do I want to just Thought-Knot Seer? Oh, they didn't take Monuments. Okay. Here's a Chalice on 1. Little late to the party, since they've had mono 1-drop so far. Yeah. Chalice Rex. Okay. This hand would be really good. They're playing control. It would be over the top good if I had a Chalice. It would be like almost as good as it could get. But we have a Devourer. Let's see what we can hit off that. Do I want the second Labyrinth? I think so. That way I could, next turn I could play a Thought-Knot Seer, and the following turn I could play Forsaken Monuments. And then we get to see how many counter spells the opponent has. I mean, if they're just playing like Blue-Eye Control, they can have Swords to Plowshares. I think this Thought-Knot Seer is easily defeatable. A Solitude, they can have that too. So it's interesting they get to draw the card before I get a look. I mean, I kind of want to get rid of this. I think we do that. Like, I would prefer if they didn't have counter spells. Really need this thing to resolve. So if we can get Monument to resolve, we're in really good shape. Especially drawing this Echoes of Eternity. Alright, it's here. I mean, if we can get to next turn with Monuments, we can play Echoes with these 3 lands, leave this Labyrinth untapped, return it to my hand at their end step, then play a double Ulamog, a copied Ulamog. Opponent's definitely doing some fishing though. Don't counter it. Come on. Oh, it resolves. Oh man, let me get to my next turn, please. No! Okay. As long as I don't have another one for my monument. No! Come on. One, two, three, 5, 7. We're one short of this. I'm going to put 5 counters on this thing. Or, yeah, 5 counters. So what do I have enough for? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, no, 3. Another Labyrinth. So basically, I can destroy Blast Zone. I can blow up Blast Zone on my turn. These things will die. I think I could exile this. I don't think I need it though. Do I need this? Because on my turn, I have to pay 3. So let's say I tap this. So I could have, if I tap these 2, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So I think that's enough to return this one. And play it all in one turn, right? I mean, uh-oh. Son of a bitch. Well, let's put the 2 counters on there. Then I'm basically just going to return this Ulamog to my hand and say, you need to play this. They don't. I don't think I want a Chalice at this point in the game. So probably what would happen, like if I sack this, they're gonna, I don't know. I think I'm good. Okay, now I'm gonna get both triggers because it happens when I cast it. Yeah. We thought about that way too hard to do a simple thing, I feel like, but GG's.